What's up, YouTube? So, this weekend, we had an original plan. The original plan was going to be radio and the wife's Escalade. I was going to show you a little more in depth this week on how to do the soldering, the wire harness, line that all up, blah blah blah. We're going to just throw that out the window, do that a different weekend. Because today, we're going to drive out to Wisconsin Dells and pick up the wife's mystery vehicle, which is going to be a 2005 BMW X5 with the 4.4 liter and only 120,000 miles. Yeah, we got a great deal on this car. Really excited for it. Now, the wife, I don't think she's going to be as excited right off the bat because it's not a great color. It's going to have a dent in the door and there's an oil leak, which if your wife's like mine, she probably wouldn't care about the oil leak all that much. But the big gamble is it's all the way in Wisconsin Dells. So we need to go out there. We're going to pick it up. We're going to try to drive that fucker back. Right now, I'm just excited. We're going to go brave this snow and drive out to Wisconsin, which, again, nobody likes that. But let's see how it goes. Hopefully we make it back. So we picked this thing up. We drove all the way out here to Wisconsin Dells, and it's kind of a combination of two things. It's both better and worse than we thought it was. The pictures showed a completely different color than what it is, and the color it is isn't half bad.
Definitely a positive.
Definitely a positive there. Net win. However, we get there and there's a kind of confusing, hard to understand story about his girlfriend driving it and something suspension. There's a squeak in the front. Yeah, sure, you didn't know about it, but whatever.
When you were driving it yesterday.
Yeah. When you sent me all the pictures from your work where you were the one driving it, you didn't know about it. Anyways, neither here nor there. We took $100 off the sale price. That's pretty much fair. We think it's going to be one of the bushings up front. We'll get to that later on. But we've got a service engine light, and as you know with BMWs, you've really just got to take them into the dealership.
Do you want to use our scanner, or do you want to take it into the dealership?
We better take it into the dealership.
All right, we'll take it into the dealership. You want to plug that bad dog in over there?
BMW service team right here. So it comes with a whole bunch of codes that pop up from the service center, and we talked to the
17 specifically. We talked to their technicians, and we're just gonna clear those because we got a real long test drive ahead of us. We're gonna delete all of them and see what comes back. That's usually what you do with these ones. So we're now down to 3 that we know of from our dealership here.
Yeah, the dealership says they're still working on 3, so good wait time, good turnaround. We'll get some Taco Bell and hopefully we don't break down and have to shit our pants, but these are the risks you take, people, and we're opening a can of worms here on this guy. So the service center, we did a reset and then turn the key off, open the door, get everything shut down, start it back up. And what's the dealership saying?
The dealership is saying that we have a seat memory driver, which is probably some sensor, and then the telephone, which we had the individual tell us was an issue, and then there's a rain light sensor. So, in my opinion, all non-essentials. We're good to go. Thank goodness the dealership was here to at least preemptively give us insight on what our journey home was going to look like. For now,
so far,
there's wood in here.
So far, so good. We got no check engine light going into this.
17 faults down to 3.
We like those numbers, and we're gonna fill up, throw some fuel injector cleaner in it, grab some lunch, and get on our way. Well, we made it back to good old Minnesota in the Ghetto garage. Some stuff we didn't check out yet. The back.
Ooh, look at that.
We got a nice spare right there.
You got like a real wheel spare.
Yeah.
Can't ask for anything more than that. Well, you could, but you probably wouldn't get it.
Downside that Mama is not going to be as excited about is we don't have the slide out trunk, so this whole thing was probably for nothing. But at least we tried.
Yeah, exactly. Nice.
But otherwise, we got it home.
No issues. And some spotted cow.
And spotted cow, the one thing Wisconsin has to offer us, aside from questionably cheap cars, is spotted cow.
Hey, look at that. The reclining functionality of BMW in your rear seats.
Oh, that is just a whole next level of luxury right there.
Oh, yeah.
All right, we got a good night's rest and, slept on this a little bit. Wife saw it last night when she got home. She was thrilled. She actually really likes the color, the interior. As we said, the guy in his post, this is not the same color. I don't know, maybe it's a totally different car and we got ripped off, but it's not what we saw in the photos. It's better. Now, the big issue, I was hoping that noise was going to be because there just doesn't feel like there's any grease in those bushings. There's nowhere for me to add grease. It's a non-serviceable part. And that really just boils down to we got to do some front end work on this. Not a huge deal. Parts wise, it's a little spendier, but again, we saved $100 because of that issue. And that's going to put a good chunk of the parts we have to buy for the front end back in our pocket. So not too annoyed or worried about that. It's to be expected. We're going to get that done. I'll order those parts today, so hopefully it's ready for us next week and we can get the front end taken care of. That way it's at least safe going down the road, and then the wife can maybe zip it to work and back once or twice before we challenge the oil leak, which is almost 100% the timing chain cover gasket. But as you can see, even though it was raining, it is it's a pretty good oil leak. Now the oil level didn't go down too bad from us driving, which that, at least we don't have to worry about getting this to and from the Ghetto garage to go work in the old man's house or whatever we got to do there. Also on the docket, I don't think we're going to have to wrap this because we like the color. As long as that dent pulls out and I don't have to find a different colored door to go on here, we're good on the color for now. But this is pretty chewed up, and I would like to go through and get that trim cleaned up. I think I'll paint it myself. We're going to, I don't know, maybe like a dark kind of, I don't know what you'd call it, not gunmetal, but a little darker gray, because I think a brand new black might be a bit much to accent this, whatever color this is. And then another thing, this door handle, it's a mismatch. It got replaced at one point, so we're going to look at finding door handles to do the entire thing. On the interior, we're in pretty good shape. I mean, there is, if we move this cover back, we've got some felt dropping down, and you can actually see it in the back here as well. We've got some of the headliners coming loose. I've never done that repair before, but I don't think it's impossible, and we'll just have to tackle it like we do anything else. All in all, though, I'd say this was a pretty good purchase. We've got our work cut out for us. We've got to take apart some of the engine. We've got to take apart the front end. We've got to make this thing a little sexier. The radio, also the screen on it is shot to shit, so looking online, I think I'm going to try. There are some very Chinese knockoff radios that are direct fits because it's hard to find aftermarket setups for these beautiful BMWs. All in all, I think we've got some good projects coming up here. Depends on what parts get here first, but the first item that we should get to is that steering issue for safety and for drivability. We got a lot ahead of us working on this Beamer, but it's not impossible. You can be in the ghetto, in the garage, and working on a Beamer. They are for everybody. You just got to know how to do it. So we're going to figure it out together. If you want to join along, like, subscribe, share. We appreciate all of it. And thanks for tuning in.
The weekend.
Also, big shout out to the Green Machine. Made it to the Dells and back. Our $900 Suburban. She does so good. Good girl.